You won't believe how my paradigm tried to trick me and stop me from taking action today. Hey, what's up with you? Jason here. And if you've been watching the channel, you've been seeing me go around Joburg. And most importantly, you've been watching me talk about success, what it is in the three areas of life that I focus on: happiness, health, and wealth. And so this past Thursday, if you saw my YouTube shorts, you saw that I was at a men's networking event, which was really cool. Met a lot of great guys. And one of the brothers named Dino, he does Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And so after we talked it up, he was like, hey man, you should come through on Saturday. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. You know, that was the first words out of my mouth. And you know, when you after you commit to something, then that little feeling starts coming up in your stomach. You start getting a little anxious, wary, and then you start wondering like, oh, you know, maybe I need to just cancel, or I can go another time. So all of this was building up from Friday. And so while all that was building up, I kept telling myself, I'm like, no, you're going. You are going to go do this. And now, mind you, I've never done Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, never done any form of wrestling, anything like that. Even though I was in the military, like the sports side was not my thing, especially martial arts. And so I was scared because here's one thing: I knew I was going to get beat up, which was cool. I knew I was going to look like a fool, which was cool too. However, I didn't. It was my ego getting in the way of, in the form of, and I hate using the word ego because I feel like we use ego very inappropriately. I don't think we really know what the ego is, but the programmed ego that is inside me. And what I mean by that is, like, I didn't want to look bad in front of people. I didn't want to be uncomfortable, things like that. It was like all these little self-issues things, like self-hatred type things, where it's like, oh, well, you know, what if I can't wear my compression shirt, or what if my skin starts sagging? You know, all of this stuff that's my own self-sabotaging mechanisms. And we all have them programmed inside us. It's just we have to become aware of that voice so we can start understanding where it is. And so all of that was coming up. And it was even building up to the day. Like, as I'm filming this video, it is Saturday. It's in the afternoon, load shedding here, so this is why I'm filming it now. And so while all that was building up, even today, like last night I had a dream that, you know, someone hip tossed me or something, and then it ended up breaking the screws in my back. Like completely crazy crap that makes no sense, going to some kind of like professional wrestling thing when literally I was invited to a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class. Meaning these are trained professionals. No one's going to be reckless. They're going to have the utmost concern for your safety and your health. And so, and the reason why I'm telling you this is because this is what procrastination is. And this is why I strongly believe it's okay to procrastinate. It's not okay not to do anything afterwards. And that's the issue where I feel like this is stopping a lot of people back, because a lot of people, as they're reaching success in their life, they're not telling you about these moments, these insecurities, these vulnerable times where they're really scared. And what they're really doing is they're like, you know what, fuck this fear. I'm going to keep going because I know on the other side of this door is someone way closer to who I want to be than where I am right now. And this is why I'm sharing this with you, because a lot of times people are like, oh, Jason, you in the military, you went to war, you lost over 300-400 pounds, like you've done this, you've done that, you figured out how to heal your body. And I still have these insecurities. I still have these moments of procrastination that stops me. Even today doing this video, my procrastination was kicking in like, oh man, you're tired. Oh man, you worked hard enough today. You can go without one video. There'll still be 364 days to do a video in a year. Like, all of these things were still coming in my head. And I said, no. I gave myself a very specific time. I said, once load shedding hit, I'm going to eat a little bit of food, which is funny. I burned some damn baked beans. And I'm talking about, they were probably cooking like 5 minutes before load shedding hit. So I'm like, I'm probably one of the first guys in history of South Africa to burn food during load shedding. I don't know how I did it, man, but it is what it is. I will slowly get my cooking skills back up to where they used to be. And so I was like, I'm going to eat, drink some water, I'm going to smoke a joint, and then I'm going to do this video. And that's exactly what I did. And now I have a cup of tea here with what I'm drinking now. And that is how you get to the other side. Like, you have to so many people say, oh, well, I can't get rid, I'm procrastinating. And we're making it seem like it's a wall or it's a physical barrier that's literally holding us down from doing the thing. When the truth is, it's a mental barrier. We need to cross the mental barrier. You need to keep self-assuring yourself that the other side is closer to who you want to be in life than where you are now. And when we start doing these little mindset shifts, man, that was a tongue twister. So once we start doing these little mindset shifts, it becomes easier. And then you see the procrastination get a lot lesser. And then it becomes to where what used to be procrastination is now exciting you. So like when I leave and go to different countries, there's that gut feeling, and there's that little gut feeling I have like, man, is it gonna be dangerous? Oh, will I be able to eat as a vegan? Is it gonna be an affordable city? Will people accept me? Will I be able to get along with the culture or blend in somehow? Like, I have all of these insecurities that still pop up even today, even though I've lived in over 5 countries. And the reason and what it is now is when I have that feeling, it's excitement. I'm like, yo, man, this is gonna be crazy. Like, what is the streets gonna look like? Man, what is the buildings gonna look like? What kind of museums they're gonna have? What's the architecture? What's the local culture? I can't wait to find and discover all their vegan products, ingredients, and restaurants. Like, that's the same gut feeling of uneasiness, but it's given me 2 different emotional paths. In the beginning, it was giving me an emotional path of fear, stop, don't do this. And now when it comes to my traveling, whenever I have that that emotional fear, is actually telling me like, oh man, this is gonna be cool. It's like, wow, you're stepping into the unknown. Who's gonna know what this look like? And then it becomes easier. Like, it's easy for me to travel to different places now and be very comfortable just because of that. I started moving past that procrastination in the beginning. And just give you a funny story, like how bad it was for us in the beginning. I remember when CC and I, when we first sold our house, got rid of everything, and left for Central America. It was so funny. As we got to the airport, I was worried because we didn't have the money for the return tickets, and we didn't even know if we really was able to go into the country of Panama. And she was worried and scared for her own reasons, and she ended up physically throwing up. And then once she physically threw up, she was like, okay, I feel better now. And it was literally her just purging out whatever that fear, that emotional things that she was going through. And she did it to Colombia too, like, and it was just one of her things. She was just physically purging. And so I'm not gonna recommend physically purging it. Like, instead of doing that, just start doing a little mindset shift and just start reassuring yourself that once you go through this door of procrastination to the other side, you're one step closer to the person that you want to be. I think that's just a lot easier way than vomiting and everything, but hey, that's just Jason. And so I hope you got some value from this. And also, like, I really hope if you're out here trying to be a digital creator, or you're trying to think of ways to make money on the side, like, look at the different types of content I'm doing. I'm showing you a lot of different facets of my life now, because I want you to see there's so many different ways to make content out here. And it's doing things that you already do. Like, so many times people are like, oh, I need to find my passion. What the hell do you like doing? Do you like walking around? Do you like doing nails? Do you like watching TV? If you like watching TV, review TV shows. If you like listening to music, review music, rate your music. Start giving out awards and fake awards that you make other musics that you like. Like, start being creative. Let's use our imagination instead of trying to work in a box. The internet has now taken the sides off the boxes. We're free to be whoever we want to be and express ourselves however we want to. And so being a content creator, it shouldn't be charging you a lot of money, and it shouldn't be taking up a lot of your time. Just utilize the things that you already do in your life and create content around that. And so that's what I'm really doing to show you this. That's why I'm talking to you about the little psychological things that I go through, showing you the streets as I'm walking around, and all of these different things, because it's showing you that anything is content now. We live in a world that's about content, so you might as well start putting yourself in the best place possible and creating content. So I hope you got value from this. Hit the like button, share this with somebody, because collaborating is the way of the future. We need to start collaborating and sharing more of each other's stuff. And so share this video, and I will see you tomorrow.